Please get seated. Get seated, please. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وصلى الله على نبي الكريم. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Abba Kabir Yusuf, and all other excellencies here present, Your Royal Highnesses, the Emirs of Kano, Gaya, Rano, and Karai, members of the National Assembly, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by thanking the Kano State government for organizing this occasion and also thank them for inviting me. Let me also thank the committee that has done an excellent work which we all support. At this point, I would like to speak to the members, our members of the National Assembly and State Assembly here in Kano, and all those that we can call our own. We have seen what has happened in the past, and I think it's important for you and all of us to consider the mistakes of others while we have an opportunity to do our jobs now. I remember especially 1999 to 2003, and of course right through to this National Assembly. We have seen a situation where our members were given the opportunity to really represent their constituents. But unfortunately, on many occasions, they were compromised. We have seen a situation whereby the rich in the country worked so hard to raise a lot of money to bribe members of the National Assembly, especially those who are representing us. And as a result of that, we now have a tilted arrangement in terms of resources sharing in the country. Many people will think that they have won. I don't believe so. Because I believe the issues that we have today in this country, especially in this part of the country, has to do with mismanagement of resources by leaders at the national level and state levels, and even at local government levels. And of course, it has to do with the little that had to be given to those concerned. Now we have opportunity again, and we are very much aware that the rich once more is working so hard to take from the poor. And I'm sure all of us at leadership level in this country are members of Kwankwaso, members of NNPP, even though what is going to happen is a bipartisan arrangement. People representing us, whether in our party or any other party for that matter, must stand firm and do the right thing. And I want to appeal to the presiding officers, which fortunately I was one of them, to do the right thing when they are considering this amendment. We want to know by name of those who supported A or B in this amendment, because it is very important, and that is what the law and the Constitution says. So we are keeping our eyes on all those concerned. Let me also advise those who are struggling by all means to take everything, to remember that some of the issues that we have in this part of the country today has to do with lack of enough resources and, of course, mismanaging the little that comes in. And that's why we have insecurity, we have poverty, and so on and so forth. And of course, it is happening here mainly, but it affects everywhere, because like desert, it will go to everywhere. Let me, at this point, advise the federal government, especially, on the distribution of federal resources. From the information available to us, it's like most of the national budget is now tilting to one direction in this country. Yesterday, I was to come by air. Unfortunately, my airline decided to shift our takeoff from 3 to 8 p.m. I had to come by road. From Abuja to Kaduna to Kano was a hell, terrible, very bad road. And this is the road that was started many years ago, right from the beginning of the leadership of the APC. Now we are told that there is a road now from the south to east. Let me say at this point that we support infrastructure anywhere in this country. In fact, I was telling myself that I wished that road was done before 2023 election, because I was the only aspirant or candidate who traveled to all nooks and corners across this country. I would have used that road. So we support roads everywhere, and any other thing that is good for the people, especially for the masses. But a situation where government is taking our resources and dumping it in what part of the country, and other parts of the country are left just like that, I don't believe that is the right thing to do by the government itself. And this is the time for the government to change, to convince our people that the government is not just on one side of the country. Once again, Your Excellency the Governor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I hope all those who have got one thing or the other to add to this committee work should do it between now and Saturday, when the committee will come to Kano for the hearing. Thank you very much.